yesterday I jokingly had the intro be that I was baking cookies, but today we're actually going to be baking cookies, and you might recognize this if you've been with the channel a while because, was it last year? But I've already made these cookies here before, but we're gonna make the Russian tea cakes. My brother and I always called them snowballs, and ooh, this page is falling out. But we're gonna make some cookies. We are also going to make peanut butter cookies, and I'm gonna use the recipe in here as well. Let's just get to baking. I preheated the oven for the Russian tea cakes, the snowball cookies. I will have like an iCard because this video is not really going to be a tutorial, it's just gonna be sort of a bake with me. But this is the Betty Crocker cookbook that we're using. It's also one that you might recognize from when I did banana bread, because the recipe for banana bread in here is different than the Betty Crocker website for some reason. They've changed it, but this one for me is like the ultimate banana bread recipe. So let's make cookies. Part of the reason why I'm making cookies now is that my brother lives in a different state, so we usually mail him a box, and it takes a little bit, so we're putting it together now, going to seal them up, and then mail it off to him, so it'll be ready when he gets it. So, cookies. Haha, it does fit over my antlers. So, Christmas cookies for me, we make them every year. I really enjoy making cookies. I'm usually like the cookie and treat person. So, like, I've done a lot of treat boxes, not just like to mail them off to my brother, but like just in general. I usually make treat boxes for like friends, just people I know. I've done it for like when I was having a lot of work done on my one vehicle. I made a whole treat box for the mechanics just to like show my appreciation, because it was a lot of work that they had put into, like, it was a lot of work that they put in for a vehicle for me, even though I was paying them, but still, like, it's good to be like, here's something to enjoy this holiday season. It feels nice. 200 grams of butter. Let's beat this. Always put your beaters in while it's unplugged. I didn't break fingers or anything, but I was kind of close to potentially being at that because I accidentally bumped it on while I was putting in the beaters, and then I went to turn it off and I accidentally turned it up, so always be careful. So my butter is beaten, and while I was doing that, I totally forgot that I wanted to toast up the nuts. So we are going to grab out some pecans. It doesn't specify what kind of nuts. I know a lot of people use walnuts, but I live in a household where my mom is allergic to walnuts, and pecans I think are better than walnuts. Let's toast all of them. After this, I'm just going to rough chop them on a cutting board so that they'll be ready and cooling for my butter mixture that I already started. So a little out of order, but this is kind of just how it goes when I'm not super prepared. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm toasting nuts. Nuts are chopped, and we can come back to the butter mixture. A splash of vanilla is going in, and then I'm going to add my powdered sugar and just sort of, you know, do the cookies. One cookie dough is done. So if you aren't going to watch my other video on it, basically like this dough is super crumbly. So like I gotta take out the hand mixer, or just like the mixer in general, and you just gotta like hit it with like a clawing type action, and then it comes together, because it's like all the butter wants to be its own little blobs and balls of butter with the flour, but you gotta be like, what about if you just like become friends and become an actual dough here, buddy? So yeah, now it's time to roll little balls of dough and put them on my baking sheet. I put on one of the silicone mats just to make it easy, but it's totally unnecessary. And then these are supposed to go in 400-degree oven, which I have preheated 10 to 12 minutes. Basically, you want them to be cooked, but not really like have color to them. Then when you pop them out of the oven, you roll them in powdered sugar. So let's just get right on to that, of baking them and putting... Also, like, this dough doesn't have eggs, but the flour is technically not cooked. But if you're curious on what they taste like and you don't want to wait for them to come out of the oven, just like take a glob of dough and it tastes exactly the same as the baked cookie, just without the extra powdered sugar layer. Here they are, ready to go in. Here's how much dough is left after this first cookie sheet. And I'm just going to tidy a little bit while these are in the oven since they don't take that long. And then we will be rolling them in powdered sugar when they come out. Here they are. Looking pretty good. And then I've got the powdered sugar to roll them in, a tin to put them in with powdered sugar. And let's get rolling. I'm gonna let them sit for like a minute. Yeah, perfect. Maybe I won't let them sit. Here I am. Just hot-handing it. And warning, they are hot. The second pan is going in. So this is the size 10 that we were able to fill. It's about, I'll bring the lid over, but it's, you know, like, it's like 4 inches deep-ish, maybe. And then this lid, you can get an idea. It's large enough that I can spread my fingers and have my palm like it's a good size tin. So those cookies are still cooling, and yeah, I'm kind of debating, like, do I make peanut butter cookies right now, or do I just like save it for tomorrow, or yeah. Snowball cookies are done, and I'm sure I will be making other treats throughout Vlogmas, especially once I start taking my vacation days. So, yeah, I'm going to take a little break and think about if I'm going to make peanut butter cookies in this vlog or if I'm going to do it tomorrow. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you vlog and squawk again with me sometime, and yeah, bye! Merry Vlogmas!